up, everyone? It's Chachi Power here to do a review for Rocket Punch Army. And yes, I'm still a bit stuffy, but that does not stop me from bringing you these crazy reviews. So today, I will be doing a review on the Chogokin Drossel. What you see here before me is a Chogokin Drossel, but it's not the one I'm doing the review on. However, I felt I should show you this one, in case you're not familiar with it, before you see the new one. This was the original Chogokin release. Let's take a look at the bottom here. It's a pretty cool design. It's got a lot of German writing all over it. And it says Juno on the back. And it's basically meant to replicate what you see on screen in the Drossel short animated pieces that are out there. It's actually a Disney series. You can only see it in Japan or YouTube, and I love the design, the white design with the, the little black pieces there. Really cool. That's the way I like to see robots. They're a bit more realistic, almost like those Honda robots that they have. So yeah, now this piece was loaded with die cast. That's what I loved about this piece. It was almost completely die cast except for the chest and this piece here, but basically everything else was die cast except the head and ears, but mostly die cast. Yeah, so this is it, and it did have a light up feature. I don't remember where the switch is. Where is the switch for the head? I think it was inside the head, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. And you can actually, okay, there you go. The lights, the whatever eyeballs are on. I think the switch is a little old. There you go. Check that out. It's like a freaking laser beam. A freaking shark with laser beams on its head. So yeah, it was a pretty cool feature. I don't display it that way because the switch is on the inside. But now that you are a tad more familiar with this figure, in case you weren't at all, we are going to move on to the figure of this review, which is a different design. It's a bit controversial. We're going to find out why. So this is the Drossel Juno XIII. This is also a Chogokin, and you'll see down the lower left, Disney Channel. This is a new release. This is a 2012 release. It was just released not too long ago, maybe a month ago. I just got it in since I used very slow shipping. And you'll see Tamashii Nation's Bandai, or Bandai. And what's cool about the packaging on this is you'll see it's gloss, and then the bottom part where the Disney is, it's kind of like a matte finish. Really cool the way they did that. That carries over into the bottom here, where the figure, let's see if we can get some light on there. The figure's glossy, and the rest is matte finish. And come around back. You can check out the pictures of the toy here, the display stand, pictures with the accessories, all the things it can do, and same thing carries back here, the matte finish with the gloss. So we're going to go ahead and check out the contents. So basically everything comes in a plastic tray. Here you'll see the stand and a bit of accessory there, which we'll get into in a second. And here's the rest, which shows the accessories and the actual figure. Drossel right there off to the right. You'll see her head's to the side because she has a long ass head. So in order to fit it into a thin box, they have to put her head to the side. And I know right off the bat you guys are noticing these huge thighs, which a little weird at first unless you're into that whole junk in the trunk thing, which I can totally dig. But it's nice. Let's take a look at it. Let's not talk about it with it in the package. Let's open it up. So here she is out of the package. Very nice. Very nice white glossy stuff. Oh, mine's got a defect on the leg here. Yep. Everything's perfect except this little tiny defect, which is almost like they painted over like dust or something. But anyway, overall pretty cool looking. So she will not stand on her own since she does not really have feet. So let's set up that stand, shall we? Alright, so here is a stand and for some reason had the need or the urge to want to smell it for some reason, and it smells like ass. I don't know what this is made out of, or maybe it's the bag and the mold release. Just, it almost smells like horse manure. If you've gone horseback riding, get that smell when the crap is all over the place. It kind of smells like that, which for crap, it's really not that bad. But anyway, getting off the subject, here is the stand. Pulled it out of its crisp plastic sleeve, and yeah, here is the stand, which is pretty detailed, and I know it's got some type of gimmick. Guess I'm gonna have to read the instructions, but we'll check that out in a second. Oh my god, this stand really does smell like horse crap. Ooh. You know, for the day that YouTube does offer smell features, you know, that would be an excellent day. But taking a look at this, trying to find the instructions, there's a button here. You'll see that go in a bit, so there's definitely some type of gimmick. I was able to remove this. I believe that's where the stand goes. Alright guys, so here's the instructions. Here's the base. I guess I'm going to need batteries. Hopefully I got some up here. Apparently we gotta push down on this little button, which I did find on the bottom there, and then spin that, which gives us access to the batteries, and this is how she goes on the stand. So I'm going to set that up for you guys so you can check it out. Alright, so I've gone ahead and put cheap batteries in there from one of my display LEDs. I'm going to leave the cap off because it's just a pain in the butt to put in. Basically, to take this off, when this is on, this little button here shows through the little hole. You have to push that in with a pen or something, and it's still a pain in the butt. I don't know why they just couldn't have made it much easier. But I'm going to take a look at the instructions, because batteries are in, everything seems cool, and it's not doing anything. So let's take a look. That's all I needed to do. So I don't know why it's not doing whatever gimmick it's supposed to do. So yeah, I don't know. Check it out in a sec. Let me set up the stand. Maybe the stand needs to be in there. So we're going to go ahead and grab this pack here. Open this up. And the stand is actually really cool. I took a look at this earlier. It's really, really nice. I mean, it's not just a cheap little pipe or whatnot. So that pops on there. Alright, maybe having that in there will cause the gimmick to... There you go. See? Let me get it closer. It's Japanese. I really don't know what she's saying. I don't understand Spanish. So, yeah. So here she is on the stand. Let's check it out a bit. What's going on down here? So you'll see with the supplied clip, she does go and reach the floor that way. And I guess you can, like, or not. In the picture, it kind of looks like they want you to stand there here and, like, have her push that down, but she's not really wanting to stay. Not gonna lie, it's a very, very nice figure. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the different types of hands she does have, besides the open one she's got right there. So one of them would be these little weapon holding looking hands. Then she's got a fisted hand. Then she's got this hand here, which is like the shadow puppets, like a duck. And then she's got the obligatory, you know, cutesy peace sign thing that Japanese girls love to do. And then she's got this like really perverted looking hand, and that's about it. And then she's got them for the other side too. There's also this sword or saber or toothpick, and this I might show you guys because you know, it's not like a teeny bit of accessory. It's actually much different than what she has on her head right now. So she's got a head with glasses. So this I definitely want to show you. And there's a couple other pieces that you add onto her body to recreate, I guess, a scene in the show. Now, I have watched the original Drossel, and it was pretty interesting. Didn't really catch my attention, but the designs are great. I haven't seen anything on this one, so I really can't, give you any type of backstory. And this review is not for the show; it's for the figure. So there's always Wikipedia, YouTube, Google, but we're here for the figure and my thoughts on the figure alone. So, okay, so we've seen the base. Let me take her off the base here for a second, just so you guys can check out this little base piece here. Let me just get in there real close for you guys. So it's really nicely done. Like, it's got this little piston looking thing. I don't think it's a functional piston. No. It has this here that moves. Nice little tempo printing there. Nice little yellow detail. So it looks very mechanical, very hydraulic, very robotic. And then of course the base, which I already showed you guys. So what I want to get into next is the articulation, which I found to be quite interesting. You do have the head, okay, which is obviously on a ball joint. Aside from her head, on the neck here, her hair, or whatever this is, has a ratchet here. So has that there, and then this folds down like that. And I did want you to check out the details underneath the head. Just look at the details on this. It's beautiful. I mean, even if you're not a fan of the show or anything like that, you can at least appreciate the details that went into this. It does have working pistons up here. Check that out. So that's really nice. And the tempo printing is just superb. It's got these little round discs here and up here. Very nice molding everywhere. The plastic is very shiny. Trying to really just figure out where the die cast is. I don't think the arms are die cast. It looks like the neck here is die cast. It looks a little glossier than the rest of the black. I can't really tell if these joints in here are die cast. They don't feel like it. This definitely is back here, these round areas, and then the lower the legs. So if you have the original Drossel and you're expecting this to have the same amount of die cast, you will be pretty disappointed. But the fact that it doesn't have as much die cast does not make this a worse figure. The design is beautiful. The craftsmanship is outstanding. I mean, sometimes I think the Disney figures get a little more attention than other licenses. I mean, this is just really well done. Almost makes me want to watch the show. Almost, but not really. Yeah, I kind of strayed away from the articulation there for a sec. We're going to go back. She's got the shoulders, which are like on a socket here. They only go about this high to the side, but she's able to pull them up this way. She's got the double jointed elbow, so lots of movement. She can cover her face like she's giggling. And I love the way these pads are there to cover. Very nice, very nice. And the upper chest area pivots on his ball here. So a lot of movement there. Then she's got like almost like piston looking things on the side here, which are non-functional, but they kind of give the effect of having a piston there. You do get this kind of movement here, rotated up, and you also get a double jointed knee with, if you listen, it's got ratchets. Same thing there, and you're able to go back. You got to be a bit careful so you don't chip anything there. So really, really nicely done. And there is no ankles or feet because she doesn't have any. Then she's got the hands here on the little ball joint, and they actually do have a lot more articulation than most figures do in their hands until it pops off that way. Now, unfortunately, even though this figure is in the same price range as the original, you do get less die cast. You have no light feature, which is a bit disappointing, but it does have fair share of accessories. It's got the stand with the sound. The other stand, if you remember from the beginning of the video, was a cheap stand replicating the floor on the show. So it does come with quite a bit more. Now, I did say I wanted to show you guys this alternate head. Let's just put it on the figure so you can see what that's going to look like. And alright, so this is my first time taking it off. The neck ball joint here is die cast. So, and before I put it on, I do want to show you the detail of this other head. So it's quite nice. Same fantastic detail underneath as the other. These things here, which look like boosters, do fan out this way. And I don't think there's anything else that moves. No, so we can go ahead and put it right on her body. Check out what she looks like. There you go. So she looks kind of nerdy and smart. And again, I don't know what this is supposed to replicate in the show. Now, the other bit of accessory this comes with is this blue rose encased in this glass, like robotic looking thing. Don't know what it is. I may have to check out the show now because it's pretty interesting. But in the instructions, they do show her holding it this way. So if that means anything to you Drossel fans, let me know in the comments. But very nicely done. Again, everything, the tampo printing is top notch. And if you guys don't know what tampo printing is, it's basically the method they use to print small detail. If you've ever wondered how they print the very small microscopic letters and still have them be readable and sharp, you know, without going into a lengthy process here, they take a, for example here, someone in the assembly line holds this on their machine that has like a ball made out of foam or rubber, and that hits like a screen they have, like almost like a silk screen type thing, which puts paint onto that rubber ball, and then the ball comes down and squishes over this part. That's why it's able to print on curves and leaves a perfect print on there. I mean, just describing the method makes it sound like it would never come out right, but it totally does, as evident in these toys. So, having said that, there is another piece of accessory. If you take a look at the back of her legs, there is a little piece here, a little panel with a little notch here for your nail. And what you do is pop that out. Alright, and she's got like landing gear that goes on there. Now, before I even go into that, I will show you these little plates attached to the bottom, which gives her like sort of feet for when she's standing on the ground. However, in toy form, it does not help her stand at all. So it's just an accessory thing. Okay, so moving along, we'll show you guys the landing gear I'm talking about. Just going to want to remove this panel that was here, take that off, and pop this in till you get that there. Then you're going to grab the other two that are in the package and attach them to the lower legs here, like so. And this is the end result. Don't know what to say about that. It's a bit strange, but that's how they show her in the instructions. Let me straighten her out before she topples over. Yeah, so I don't know if this was like a sleep mode or some kind of roller mode. I'm sure someone's gonna post a comment and school me on this. But yeah, beautiful figure, really nicely done. And I don't think I've missed anything. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna just end this video with her spinning around on her display here, so you see her all around. And until next time, guys, bye bye.